heard of it, Zola is a digital wedding platform who, in their words, will do anything for love. Similar to its known competitor, The Knot, Zola will assist with all of your wedding needs from guest management to creating a registry and, of course, designing a wedding website. As a bride-to-be myself, now deep into wedding planning and a digital product designer who designs web experiences for a living, I was especially curious about what sort of wedding website I could create between the various tools these companies provide. In today's video, I'll be walking you through how I designed a wedding website using Zola. And before I get too far into this video, I wanted to share that this video is actually a part of a series of videos that I'm making where I'm showing you the behind the scenes to how I would design wedding websites using these various platforms. In my first video, I walk you through some simple design principles to think about before diving into a wedding website, and then I walk you through an example wedding website I designed using The Knot. So if you find yourself here first, make sure to go back and watch that video at some point as well. I'll make sure that it's linked down below in the description. Okay, the last thing is that I'll be using real photos of my fiance and I from our engagement photo shoot, but all of the content is placeholder. I am actually getting married this year and I don't want everyone on the internet to know about all of the details to our wedding. So yeah, all the words and the dates, everything except the photos are just placeholder. Now that that's out of the way, let's switch over to the computer and I'll show you how I made this wedding website on Zola. Just like the first video, I wanted to just lay out a little bit of context before we jump right into the wedding website. With this website, and with all the websites I'm working on, my goal is to make them simple, elegant, timeless. For me, when I was first starting with wedding planning, I had virtually no idea what the design and the feel and the vibe was gonna be for our wedding. I wanted to make the website to start getting the information out there. Because we have a lot of friends and family all over, wanted to make sure people had all the information they would need to save the date on their calendar and also start planning their trip if they wanted to. Because of that thinking, and because I made the wedding website so early on, I wanted simple. I wanted more like a blank slate. I wanted the photos from our engagement photo shoot to stand out. With the wedding website I'm going to be designing today, that's what I'm going to be walking you through. A website where I was in that mindset. So without further ado, let's jump onto the computer. Hello everyone, here we are on the computer. I'm going to be creating a fresh, brand new wedding website here on Zola. And I've just hit the sign up button and this is actually the very first screen that I land on. The first prompt they have you select is sort of what kind of service do you want from them right now. There's the registry, the wedding website, and invites and paper. Of course, we want to do wedding website right now. So I'm gonna click that option and then I will put in our names. My name is Alexa. I'm just gonna do, my last name is Doe. Okay, Lucky supposed to be his Mike. His last name is also gonna be Doe. So far, I really like this. I like the personality and the copy. When's your special day? We're gonna do our wedding as January 1st, 2023. It's nice, you can click here if you're still deciding. For this example, we're gonna have a date. Have you booked a venue? Let's say we have, because we did, in my real life, we did book our venue before making a website. Do you have an idea of where you're getting married? For this example, we're gonna say San Diego. I'm gonna select that. Okay, now I'm gonna enter in my information, so my email, my password. So we're gonna cut out here for a sec, and I'll meet you on the other side. Excellent. So just like The Knot, it's landing me here on the template page. So something I actually really liked about Zola was that they have this filter. It's called extra customizable. So I selected this. I was kind of curious, like, what does extra customizable really mean? From what I remember, extra customizable means that I can change the font and color of the website, whereas in the other templates that aren't extra customizable, you can't. And we're gonna go through here and look at it. I still remember it being pretty limited, but based off of all the options that are out there for wedding websites, and this being more of like a plug and play sort of tool, I think that is pretty cool. So these are the options. I found these options to still be pretty decorative, not exactly what I was looking for. Before I go in and show you the example website that I created, I wanted to show you an example of a website where I don't think it's working very well. So I'm gonna unclick this extra customizable filter for now, and I'm actually gonna click this one where it says elegant. Let's see what it shows me. Okay, I'm gonna select this one. Let's give it a look. Okay, again, depends what you're looking for, and maybe at the point where you're making your wedding website, you find a lot of this decoration to be really beautiful. You'll see here that this one has some really illustrative flowers as it goes down the page. And I think generally speaking, actually, it's pretty neutral, right? Like it's just black and white. So it's not super disruptive. Maybe it really goes with your vibe, that's great. I actually really like this detail at the top, like this double line here. I think that's really pretty and subtle. What I don't think is working well, which I think is similar to the example where I showed you with the knot is again the typography. This is a really beautiful decorative font at the top, and I think it potentially works up at the top there because it's sort of like a logo mark, the names together like that. You know, you probably do know the name of the couple of the wedding website you're going to, so you don't really need to be able to read it that well. It's sort of this beautiful illustrative mark at the top. I think it works there for the logo mark. But as you scroll down, and maybe it's okay here too, again, because it's their names, but as you scroll down, you'll start to see that this decorative font is used again in some of these titles. And that's where I think it starts to not work so well. I would assume that this typeface would also be used on the wedding party page, events, travel, things to do, and I think it'll just start to be a little bit too much, a little bit hard to read. Ultimately, with your wedding website, what I think is important is that your website is easy to use and people can go and like get the information that they need to show up and be present at your wedding. That's just an example here where I don't think the typography is working super well, but we're gonna go back and I'm gonna show you which one I did decide to go with. I'm gonna hit this extra customizable button again to make sure I get to the right wedding website. And I actually decided to go with this one. It's called Verona. So I'm actually gonna select details. And right now it's really dark, not really my vibe. I did want something that was more light and bright. And so what's cool about this is that I can just click here and select the white one. And boom, there we go, our white clean palette of a website. This ampersand is really big. So, you know, this is maybe not my favorite part about it, although I think it's very, very beautiful and decorative. But overall, I think I liked how the other elements with the typography worked, and it was quite simple. So I think the border here is quite pretty and nice. And actually, I remember thinking that the typography that they used in the navigation also worked really well and was easy to read. With that, we're gonna select and customize this website. Great, and then we're brought to this screen where we're able to actually start adding content to the website. So you'll see on the left, this is where the input is. This is where you'll add content. And then on the right is where you will see it update. And I do like this kind of view. I talked about this also in the last video, but I think especially as a designer, I like to be able to see live how things update and have an understanding of where exactly the text or the photo or whatever it is going to go in the website. So I at least like to see it side by side like this. Ideally it would be one and the same, but that's okay. Oh, and for the sake of just showing you in this demo, you can see at the top right here, because this is an extra customizable design, that you can change the design's fonts and colors. And for this website, I am actually going to change the fonts. So we're gonna go in here and customize it right now. Yes, you can go in here and you can change the background color to whatever color you would like. You can change the header font color and the body font color. So there's not a lot of options, but there's a little bit more control, which I think is nice. And then with the font, you can select font from here. And I'm gonna open this and I'm going to show you which fonts I decided to go with for the demo website. The first is a font called Playfair Display Regular. So you'll see how that shifts the design. I wonder if I can go back. So if I select font, let's watch it again. From there, you can see up here at the top, the Playfair display font that I choose, you'll see that ampersand is a little bit more decorative. They are both serif fonts though, so it does give a similar sort of feel. Look at that. It's actually a much more similar ampersand than that's used here in the middle. And then for this body font, you'll see, I think you'll be able to see here in the navigation, the one that I chose was this one called Cardo Regular. Let's click it. Oh, it's so hard to see in the preview. And that's, I guess, one of the challenges with using Zola and having this sort of side-by-side view. But I've already done the work to check it out, and I think these two work really well together, and we're gonna go with it. And I actually think this color is fine as well. So with that, I'm going to save. Perfect. And then we're gonna go back out and start adding the rest of the content. So what you'll notice here is that under the wedding summary, there is a plus sign. If you click that, it will expand a menu out, and you can see that you can change some of the details here. So right now it says Alexa and Mike, which I want to keep it that way. That's again kind of like the logo mark. You can see that this field is required. It says date. I'm not sure why it didn't add our wedding date, but I'm gonna go in there and put in January 1st like I did at the onboarding. Perfect. And then you'll see the date was there added at the top left. It was really quick. And then I'm not going to do this, but I'll show you what this looks like. One of the challenges I think with Zola and the Knot too, to be honest, is you don't really know where the content's gonna show up. And when I first made this website, I had no idea where this hashtag was gonna go on the website. And I decided I didn't like the placement, but I will show you what it looks like. Let's have our hashtag be hello. So hello went right here above the date. And it's not that bad. If you have a wedding hashtag that you want to advertise to your guest list here on your website, make sure to include it there. I wasn't super about it, so I left it out. We are planning to have a wedding hashtag for our wedding, but we're going to be sharing what that is with people through our wedding invites and through different sort of print elements at the wedding as well. All right, I'm gonna save that. And then as you scroll down, you can start to see other things you can customize. I actually think this is fine that it says home. I think that is pretty clear and normal for most websites to have a home tab to go back to the home page. There's a welcome message that you could add. I'm not going to add this for now, but you could use that, which is kind of nice. And then the very first photo that I'm gonna add to this website is going to be the main image. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna upload our first image. All right, we're here in downloads. Let me find the photo that I'm gonna add here. It's gonna be this one. Oh, shoot. All right, looks like the image is too big. Give me a second to figure this out. I'm going to just try to take a screenshot. Let's see. This is the photo I wanna use. I know it's gonna be more of like a cover photo, so I'm gonna take the screenshot like this. Let's try to select another, and I'm gonna try to drag it in there. Okay, hope this works. It's still, oh, it's too small. 700, oh man, okay. I know I'll be able to do this because I have a design software that will let me, but that kind of stinks if you don't have that same flexibility. Give me a second. Okay, let's try this one more time. Here's our image, 700 high. Hope it works. Yay, okay, we got it. That's not great though. I was definitely able to do that because I have design software, but I don't know. If you run into this issue, let me know if you need help trying to navigate it in the comments below. Okay, we're gonna save this. And voila, there it is. I think that's really nice there in the center. It actually starts to like come to life a little bit, you know? And then let's see, what else we got here? You can add a story. I'm not gonna add a story to this page, but I do wanna add a bottom image. I think that could be kind of nice. I hope we don't run into issues again with the bottom image. The photo I'm gonna use is this one. Oh my gosh, again, image must be under 5 megabytes. All right, I'm gonna try this again, trying to make it a little bit of a smaller image. Are other people running into this issue? I mean, normally wedding photographers provide you with the like highest quality photo, so it's going to be, you know, a large format. How do people add photos to their wedding website who don't have design software? All right, let's try this again. I named this new one copy. Let's put that in there. Yay, okay, we got it. And I'm gonna crop this a little bit. I did this in the last video too, but there was just a little bit of extra space on Mike's side and I want it to be a little bit more even. Let's apply that. Oh, I cropped out his watch. I really like the watch. Let's bring it down. Okay, that's the shot. Okay, save it. It's coming in. Perfect, look at that. I think it looks really nice. And with that, our homepage is complete. Let's move over to the next page, which is schedule. The other thing that's kind of nice about Zola here is that they make it really obvious how to activate or inactivate pages. So for example, let's say you made your wedding website at the very, very beginning of wedding planning and you're like, I don't know what the schedule is yet. You could just hide this page for now and then later on make it visible. And I know that the other wedding websites make this pretty easy as well, but I'm just gonna call it out here because it's right in front of my face. I think the page title is totally fine. And for this page, I decided not to add a photo. I'm just gonna keep it cut and dry and add the events so that people know what the schedule is. So we're gonna go down here and add an event. Perfect, and our first event is going to be the ceremony. Ceremony, I think, is perfect. And then, yep, it's gonna be on January 1st. The start time, let's just put that at 3:30. It's gonna go until 4:30, just like the last website. And then you could add an event location. I think this is especially important if your wedding venue is in different locations. For this example, I'm gonna keep this blank and assume that this wedding is all in the same place. Oh, and then there's other event details here. So if you select that arrow, you can also add details like attire suggestions or other notes to the guests. Meal preferences, cool, this is great. So I'm not gonna do that for this one. We're just gonna add event. And there you see it, our ceremony has been added. I'm gonna quickly add 2 more events here, so it's a completed page. We're going to add the cocktail hour. I'm just gonna select other and type in cocktail hour, and it is gonna go from 4:30 to 5:30. Add that, and then let's do the last one. The last one is going to be the reception. Perfect. And then the reception will be from 5:30 to 11. And then you can see here on the right that my 3 events have been updated on the website. There's not a lot of control around the different spacing and structure to this. You can just change the order. Relatively speaking, I think it's pretty clear and it works for what it is. we are going to deem this page complete and move on to the travel page. I also think the page name as travel is totally fine. For this page, I am going to add a photo. Like the other website I made, I think it's kind of nice for this one to give a little bit of a vibe of maybe where you will be staying as an example. So I'm gonna add this photo. Awesome, this one worked right away. This is a photo from the Hotel del Coronado here in San Diego, where this theoretical wedding is going to be happening. After that, we're gonna add a description. Now for all of the placeholder copy, I use this website called Hipsterism. So it's like lorem ipsum, but all of the words are in hipster language. I've been using this website for a really long time, like at least 5 or 6 years, I think, if not longer. And I just think it's funny. So anyway, if you're interested in this placeholder copy too, I'll make sure to link it below. So I'm gonna paste that in and then select out of it, and you'll see it update live, looking good. So I'm gonna add both how to fly in and where to stay. Looks like if I click this button, there are a number of options you can add here, which is quite nice. The first one I'm gonna add is flight. I'm gonna add San Diego Airport. And you'll see that this is the only field that is required. You may or may not wanna add a website here for the flight. I'm gonna skip it, but I am gonna add like a note to guests just to describe a little bit more about like how to fly in. So we're gonna paste in some placeholder copy here and then save it. Great, so you'll see that the San Diego Airport was added here to the bottom. And then the last one I'm gonna add here is the hotel. So I'm going to do the Hotel del Coronado, there it is. Great. And then you'll see here, just like the knot, it pre-fills a lot of information here, which can be nice. I'm gonna take out the phone number again. Don't think it's needed. For the hotel, I think this is fine for the sample, but of course you would be able to add your link there that has a discount or like a group code. And then you could also add a note to the guests if you wanted. For this example, I'm just gonna leave it blank. Let's see what it looks like. Awesome, okay. This happened also with the last website. Look at how big this title is. It was pulled from some sort of database that they have about this location. So I just don't think this information is necessary. I'm gonna delete it and I'm gonna save, and look at that. Looks a lot better, a lot cleaner, a lot less copy, straight, simple, to the point. And with that, we've wrapped up the travel page. I am gonna click the registry page next, only because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't live on the website. So to check, I'm actually gonna preview website. Let's see what it looks like so far. Okay, cool. And actually you can see here at the top, your website is currently hidden and not visible to guests. That's great, because I'm still working on it. You can start to scroll down and see what it looks like. Great photo. I love that photo. And you'll see registry is visible. I need to figure out how to make sure that that is hidden. And I will do that, but we're gonna keep going and editing these other pages, fill it all in, and then go back and figure that out. The next page is wedding party. And just like the other pages, you can add a photo here. This is gonna be more like a cover photo. What I really wanna do is scroll down and add people. And if you watched my last video, you know that our whole wedding party is actually just different photos and personalities of our dog, Coda. So I'm gonna add a person, and then I'll start filling in the content here. So our first is going to be Queen Coda. She's our maid of honor. And for this example, I didn't add any description. Now, some people do like to add fun stories or like how they know this person, and this is a great place to do it, but just for this example, I'm not. What I am gonna do though is add a photo of her. So we're gonna click here and we're gonna drag in this first photo of her and we're gonna save it. Excellent. Save and upload. Look at that. And then I'm gonna quickly go through and add all of the other Coda personalities here, and I will show you what it looks like at the very end. Okay, here's our last one. Hit save and save. Awesome. All right, our wedding party page is complete. It's actually in the order that we want it to be, but you could hover over here and you can see the cursor changes and you can drag to reorder these. I'm not gonna do that, but it is customizable, just so you know. And with that, this page is also complete. Let's go to the next page, photos. Now again, you can add a cover photo. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go straight into adding photos here. I'm gonna start selecting the photos I wanna add to this page, starting with this one. We're gonna upload it and crop it as is and save it. Cool. Really big, bold, and front and center. I'm gonna do the same thing and add 3 more photos. Okay, here's the final photo. We're gonna crop it, and there we go. This is our final look. So what you'll notice is if you click on the photos, they'll pop up into this view and you can scroll through them this way also. They're not as big as the one that's featured here, so make sure if you're on your design that you go in here and you can hover over and switch and reorder the ones that you want. But I do like this order, so I'm gonna keep it as is. Which brings us to the second to last page we're gonna design, with this one being things to do. All right, I'm first gonna go in here and make this sentence case, things to do, and changing that will update it in the navigation as well. For this page, again, I'm not going to add a cover photo. I'm gonna go scroll all the way down and start on adding a recommendation. And we're just gonna add one recommendation with this website. And it's going to be the Coronado Dog Beach. Select that. Again, it pre-fills a lot of this information. So the first thing I am gonna do is add a photo, and we're gonna add this photo of Coda. This is not from this specific beach. All right, we're running into that issue again. The file is too big. All right, give me a second. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna try to add this photo of Coda. I made a copy, made it smaller. Hope this works. It looks good, it looks like it will work. Excellent, okay, and we're gonna crop it. So this is not a photo of Coda from that beach, but it's a beach nonetheless. I also just wanna put it out there. If you're running into this issue with your photos being too large, let me know in the comments below. I do have an idea around how I could help you fix this, and I could create a video around it. So if there's interest, let me know in the comments, and I will see what I can do about helping you. Let's finish this. So I'm gonna take out the phone number again. This is not necessary, especially for this sort of activity. And then website, we'll keep it there. And then I'm just going to save that and see what it looks like. All right, again, the title, it's too long. I especially get a little bit caught up when there's just one word on paragraph break. This is not good typography. So I'm gonna go in here, and just like the other time, I'm gonna go in here and change this. I'm actually gonna delete this and say Dog Beach. I think that's fine. I think that's descriptive enough. We're gonna save that. So much better. That brings us to designing our final page FAQ. For FAQs, again, I'm gonna skip adding a cover photo. You could do this, but I just want the content to be front and center here. I'm going to add an FAQ. And let's add some content. So how about when is the RSVP deadline? We'll do an answer, placeholder copy. Perfect, so you can see here how it's gonna start to look. I'm gonna add 2 more questions really quickly, and we'll see what the final looks like. Great, we've added our 3 questions. It matches very well with the other pages. I do think for the most part it's pretty clear, and it works for what it is. So let's preview it first, and then we'll go back and manage some other aspects of the website before we completely wrap up this video. All right, this is our home page. Got that cover photo of Mike and I. You scroll down, there's our names with the date, the location, and the photo at the bottom. If guests want to see the schedule, this is our schedule. Looks pretty good. Travel. This is the one where I did have one cover photo, and I think it works really well here. We're gonna figure out how to get rid of the registry. We're not ready for that with this website, right? Wedding party, Coda in all of her glory, and then photos. Nice little gallery. Things to do. We have our one thing to do. Go to the Coronado Dog Beach, and I do recommend this if you're ever visiting San Diego, and FAQ. Great. Let's make this visible. So now if you're watching this video, you can go and visit this website and see what it looks like. I am actually going to change the URL of the wedding website so it matches the one that I made in the last video as well. So it's super easy to check them both out. We're gonna go back to manage website, and you can see here you can also hide your website again if you ever wanted to. I'm gonna scroll down and I'm going to edit the URL. Alexa and Mike get married. Oh, it has to be. Okay, so I can't do the same exact URL. Has to be shorter. I'm gonna do one that is a little bit same but different. So Alexa, Mike, get married. Okay, yay, it's available. We'll go with that. Excellent, we are now updated. Oh, the last thing I wanna do is try to figure out how to make the registry invisible. So actually, this is kind of nice. If you scroll down the page, you can see all of the pages, and this is actually where you can reorder if you want the tabs to be in different places. So as you can see here, the registry has the visible, non-visible toggle right here. So I'm gonna select it so it becomes hidden, and then at the top and click preview website, you will see that the registry page is no longer there. And that's that. That's going to wrap up this demo of making a wedding website on Zola. All right, so what did you think? Hopefully that was helpful for you in understanding and learning how to use Zola to make a wedding website. That is gonna wrap up the video though for today. So if this was helpful for you and you enjoyed it, don't forget to give the video a like. Again, my name is Alexa. I make videos here on YouTube about design, careers in tech, what it's like working and living remotely in San Diego, California, where I live with my fiance and our dog. If you aren't already a subscriber, I would love for you to be one. Make videos on this channel really regularly, and there will be a number of other design and wedding related videos that I'll be making. So make sure to stick around if you're interested in that especially. I hope to see you in that next video. That's all for now. Bye.